Hi everyone, happy new year, happy 2020. Are we still saying that? I mean, it's the first full week of January, so I feel like I can still say happy new year. But happy new year, I hope you all have a fab 2020. I just want to say quickly that the lighting has been changing since I've just started to film. If the lighting starts to go a bit off, then I do apologise. So I thought the first video that I would do this year would be a roundup of my favourite beauty products from 2019. I've got a few makeup bits, some body and skincare as well. So if you'd like to see which beauty products made my favourites list from 2019, then please keep on watching. I'm going to start with makeup. So the first product that made my favourites is the Makeup Revolution Pro Fix Amazing Makeup Fixing Spray. I wasn't sure when I purchased it if it was actually going to be worth it. I wasn't completely convinced that it was actually going to do anything. I went to a football match a couple of months ago and it was absolutely pouring down with rain to the point where I actually had to throw away my shoes because they got completely soaked through, but that's a whole other story. When I got to the ground, I honestly thought, because I didn't have any hat or hood or anything, and it was that kind of rain where you can feel it like coming down your scalp. It's such a weird feeling, but my hair was drenched, my face was drenched, and I honestly didn't want to look at myself in the mirror because I thought it was just going to be a mess. However, I used this on that day because I wanted my makeup to last throughout the day, and I got to the ground and I was blown away by actually how much my makeup didn't look like it had changed at all. I honestly thought I was going to have like rain marks in my foundation, and I thought it was going to be like dripping off my face. I thought my mascara was going to be halfway down my cheeks, but for some reason this saved me. It was literally like putting a waterproof spray on my face, and it kept my makeup absolutely intact, which I was not expecting at all. And I only really use this just to keep it on for longer. I didn't think it was going to hold up in the rain, but that was honestly the biggest test, and it really held up. So this, along with the foundation that I use, which is the Smashbox, I'll show you, Studio Skin foundation. This one is almost run out, but this combo and one of the other products I'm going to mention in a minute was the dream. Everything stayed in place and it did a lot more than I expected. I can't remember off the top of my head how much it is, but I think it is under £10, and I got it from Superdrug. If you do want to check out any of the products that I've mentioned, I will link them all below so you can check them out. But yeah, this product was a pleasant surprise. I'm really impressed with it, so that is why it made my favourites from last year. God, that sounds crazy considering it was only a few weeks ago. But yeah, this is one of my favourite products from 2019. So sticking with makeup, this is the Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer from Makeup Revolution, or Revolution London, I'm not sure which one's correct. I don't know if they've changed names, but you get the gist. I use this in the shade C5. So I think this is meant to be a dupe of the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, but literally a fraction of the price. There is a smaller version which I think might be about £4, and I think this one is £7, but I love this concealer, so I always buy the bigger version. This has been my #1 concealer probably for the last year, or for however long it's been out for really. My favourite powder from the last year, and probably the year before that and whenever I started using it, is the Laura Mercier translucent powder, which I know I've mentioned in a favourites video before, and it still remains a strong favourite for me. It is on the more expensive side and it is a bit of an investment, but in my opinion it is worth it. This has lasted me, like this current pot's probably been about a year, and then the one I had before that was probably about a year and a half or so, so they do last a really long time. So in my opinion it is worth the money, but it is on the more expensive side. But this is my absolute favourite powder. This, alongside the foundation and the setting spray that I mentioned earlier, that is like the dream combo. My makeup literally lasts all day and in all weathers apparently, and I really like the finish on my skin, so this remains a firm favourite of mine, not just from 2019 but ever since I started using it, which is probably about 2 and a bit years ago, maybe? I can't remember. So that is my favourite powder from the year, which leaves only a couple of makeup bits left to show you. So it's my lip combo. So this is the Kylie Cosmetics lip liner in Cocoa K. I absolutely love this shade. Although I do have the full lip kit, so I do have the Cocoa K matte liquid lipstick, I tend to mix it more with the Illamasqua lipstick, which is in the shade Bang. So I was actually gifted this lipstick from Look Fantastic, as I did some work with them a couple of years ago, and I've used it pretty much ever since. So this is the colour, is also what I'm wearing today, and this is how it looks on me. I just really like how they look together. It's my favourite nude. It's not too light and it's not too dark, so for me that is like the perfect shade. Sorry, my cat is sat on my bed and she's just woken up and now she wants to go out. 1 second. Sorry about that. That is why you don't film with a cat on your bed. Anyway, these two products are my absolute favourites for lips. It's kind of the go-to colour that I go for. If I'm unsure what colour lip to wear, I always tend to fall back on these two. So this lip combo has been my absolute favourite from 2019, and I'm sure I will continue with it going forward because I just love how it looks and it lasts a really long time as well, so it's a win-win. They are my favourite lipstick and lip liners. So next I'm going to mention a couple of my favourite skincare bits. First of all, It's upside down because it's almost all gone, and that's taken a long time to get through as well, and I use it pretty much every day. This, I'll turn it upside down for the sake of this bit, but this is the Soap & Glory Vitamin C Facial Wash. I think I have actually mentioned this in the favourites videos before as well. It's just a really nice, I'm going to turn it back up that way because it's almost all gone and I don't want to wait for it to come all the way down again. This has been my favourite face wash throughout 2019. As you can see from how much I've used it, it's pretty much taken me that whole year just to get to this point. I don't know about you, but I absolutely love the smell of Soap & Glory products, which is another reason I guess why it's on this list. I use it pretty much every day. I tend to use it in the shower in the mornings before I put on my makeup, and it just makes my skin feel really clean and ready for the day. I would definitely repurchase this. I've got so many different face washes though that I really need to get through, so I would repurchase this, but I'm not in any rush right now just because I've got so many others. But I would definitely repurchase this in future because it is a really nice face wash. So sticking with skincare, I've got a couple of favourite moisturisers from the last year. One is the Makeup Revolution or Revolution Skincare, which is their Hydration Boost Moisturiser. I actually finished it a little while ago, but I got rid of the pot, which is a little bit annoying, but I will put a picture of what it looks like on the screen so you can see, so I'll link it down below. But that is probably the moisturiser that I use the most throughout the year. I felt like it sat really well on the skin, it looked really good under makeup. Even though it's a hydration booster and I have sort of combination oily skin, I didn't feel like it made me any more oily throughout the day, which is fab. So that was one of my favourite moisturisers, which I would definitely repurchase. Again, like the whole face wash thing, I have so many different products that I just need to get through. I can't justify buying any more, but I would definitely repurchase that moisturiser. And then when I ran out of that one, I looked through my drawer to see what other ones I've got in there. There's a lot, and picked up this one, which is the Liz Earle Skin Repair Light Moisturiser for combination oily skin. This one has been in my collection for a little while and I forgot how much I actually really like it. I don't know if you've ever tried Liz Earle products, but they smell so good. Just such a classic fragrance that just smells very clean. I don't really know how else to describe it. It's just a nice light fragrance. This is the one that I've been using sort of towards the latter half of the year, so up until now, and I've been using this one every morning rather than the evenings. I feel like because it's quite a light moisturiser, it's great for daytime wear as I wear it under my makeup. I don't feel like it's a heavy enough moisturiser for overnight, so I use a different one at night. But during the day, this has been a really good moisturiser for me. So those two are my favourite moisturisers from 2019. And I have one more skincare product to show you, and this is a charcoal face mask, and it is actually from ALDI. I mean, I never thought I'd be saying this. It's part of their La Cura range, which I think is the name of all of their skin bits that are their own, which is their charcoal clearing mud mask. Now ALDI, as amazing as they are and as cheap as they are, they do tend to do a lot of skincare dupes, which I think is great because a lot of their products have the same or very similar ingredients to those of a more expensive product. The packaging side, I mean, it is very close to the mark because a lot of the packaging that they use for their products is pretty much the spitting image of what they are trying to replicate. So I'm not quite sure how they get away with it, but I thought I would try this face mask, which I think is meant to be the Glam Glow face mask dupe. I can't remember off the top of my head how much this one is. I think it was about £4 or £5 in comparison to Glam Glow, which are what, like 30 odd pounds, which is a lot for a face mask. I've never actually tried Glam Glow, so I can't compare the two, so I can only really comment on this product, but I absolutely love it. So I'll show you the inside. It's a charcoal mask, so naturally it's going to be charcoal colour. I think I purchased this in the summertime, so I've been using it sort of mid to end of 2019, and I have to say it is a really good face mask. When it's on my skin, I feel like it is actually doing something. It really dries into the skin, and then afterwards your skin does feel really soft and really clean. So I do actually really rate this mask. On the front it says it's a charcoal clearing mud mask, balances problem prone skin, it's clarifying, mattifying and pore minimizing as well, and it's a 50ml tub, so it lasts quite a long time. It's definitely worth a try, and I feel like it actually does something for me, so that is why that is in my skincare favourites from the last year, and I would definitely still be using this going forward as well. So that is all for skincare. I'm on to the last part of the video now, which is body. I'm going to start with this moisturiser. So this is the Hempz Hydrate and Nourish Body Moisturiser. It's one of my favourites from the last year for a couple of reasons. One, the pump at the top makes it really easy to get all of the moisturiser out, and also it's really nice moisturiser on the skin. I know that sounds a bit obvious for it being a moisturiser. I tend to use this once I'm out of the shower because it dries onto my skin pretty quickly and it doesn't feel like it's sticky. I hate those moisturisers that you put on and you feel like you're just sort of stood there waiting for it to dry. So like I say, it's really easy to apply. It sinks into your skin fairly quickly, so you can get dressed quite quickly afterwards. You don't have to wait around. This one has worked really well for me and keeping my skin nice and soft, especially this part of the year, which is a lot colder, so my skin gets a lot drier, which brings me on to my next favourite product. So if you've seen any of my videos before, you may know that I wear fake tan all year round. Not only does it help maintain that tan, it also helps to keep my skin soft throughout the process of wearing fake tan, especially with a mousse, which is what I use. It really does dry out your skin, so it is important to use a moisturizer anyway. So this is my favorite from the last year. Alongside this, my favorite tan from 2019 is this one from Australis, and this is the marula oil. I'm naturally really pale, so often it takes me like 2, sometimes even 3 layers of other tans to get the same effect as 1 layer of this. For me, I find that this one makes me the darkest in the least amount of product, if that makes sense. So I was originally gifted this from Australis about 1.5 years ago, and since then I've loved it so much. I think this is like the 2nd or 3rd bottle that I've bought because I really like it. And also with this, they did actually send me the Mitt, so I've been using this for about 1.5 years as well. And this is my favourite Mitt too. So it's double-sided. It's kind of like a velvety, really soft material. That has actually lasted me the whole 1.5 years that I've had it. I haven't had to replace it. I've washed it. Pretty much every time I've used it, I've washed it, so it's lasted a really long time. It hasn't felt like it's lost any of the quality, which is great, and it obviously works really well with their own product, but I do also use it for other products too, just because it's a really good mitt. So this tan was my favourite from 2019, and I will continue to use it because it is just one of my all-time favourites, so yeah. So I have one more product left to show you, my favourite body scrub, which is the Palmer's Cocoa Butter Formula. I go through so many of these because they are really good. In fact, I know I've mentioned this in a favourites video before as well. It still remains one of my favourites. I got 2 new tubs for Christmas. Doesn't look like I've used much at the minute, but this is since Christmas and we're only in the 1st week of Jan. This is one of my favourite body scrubs because it's not too harsh on my skin. It's good to exfoliate your skin anyway, but where I wear fake tan every week, it is a process, so I have to get that off to put the new tan on, and this really helps to get all of the remaining tan off. So not only does it work really great as an exfoliator, but it also does moisturize your skin too, and it leaves your skin feeling super soft. So that is my favorite body scrub from the year, and probably from the year before, and will probably be from this year too. So yes, that is the end of my favorites from 2019. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'd also really love to know what your favorite beauty product from 2019 was, so leave a comment down below and let me know. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all in my next video.